Hey guys, Omni here. We have our first official trailer for HBO's The Last of Us, the live-action series adaptation of the titular video game itself, which I'm a huge fan of. I played the original when it came out, replayed it a few times since, and its various remasters. Played the second game. I don't recall if I have a playthrough up of that one up on the channel or not. I remember streaming it on Twitch. I've got a couple of clips from it and all that, but I don't know how much of it's actually survived. I do have a review of that game on here though. I love this world. It's what I love about it too is it's not the typical zombie fare. It kind of like skirts that line a little bit. What the thing about it that makes it a little more terrifying, especially in recent years, is the fact that this is something that exists in the world today, and if it could ever make its way to humans, oh my God, that would be terrifying. And this is kind of the world they live in. I love how grounded it is in that way. But even aside from that fantastical element, this is a very human story. Following Joel and Ellie, their journey across the country to try and find this cure. It's really interesting to see how it all plays out and how they bounce and butt off of one another. And I'm really curious to see how this whole thing translates into the show with Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey. And how they pace this out, for one. The game, I think, is roughly about 8 to 10 hours, but a lot of that is like, the action set pieces and stuff and like getting through things and the stealth stuff. A lot of the gameplay, of course. So I'm curious to see how they, flesh this out. There's a lot of time where there's a lot of things that happen off screen. There's a lot of stuff that they can really kind of expand upon. I'm just kind of interested to see what they do with it. So with that all said, let's just check out the teaser trailer and see what we got to start off with. Here we go.
The roses have faded, there's frost at my door. The birds in the morning don't sing anymore. The grass in the valley is starting to die, and out in the darkness the whippoorwills cry. The darkness is falling, the sky
Dude.
has turned gray, a hound in the distance is starting to bay.
Oh. Oh. That is 1-to-1 the sound effects from the game too.
Lord, if you hear me, please hold my hand.
Ooh.
This is your chance. Hold that shot. You keep her alive. And you said everything right.
Man. Ooh. Oh, that shot there. We got a quick glimpse of one of them.
Oh, please understand.
I say production value is fucking on point. That's for sure. 2023. Oh man, I'm really excited for it. I'm really open to the whole concept of, spreading this out into a show. It definitely lends itself to the visual medium and the way that it tells its story. And I think that's one of the things that video games themselves have been doing really well at in the last maybe like 15, 20 years. Like, they are telling cinematic stories. They are telling these really fleshed out, nuanced, beautiful tales that just kind of grab you and pull you into these worlds and these character struggles, man. And I think more so than most, this is a very, very grounded tale, and it keeps it very has a very strong emotional core at its center between these two. That said, I'm really intrigued by the way they are kind of recreating some of these segments. I'm really intrigued about the clickers and the various other, infections and creatures that we see kind of roaming about. I can't wait to see a little bit more of that. From that little glimpse we saw of one of them, it looked pretty darn solid. and then just like ripping the sound effect right out of the game and recreating that. Nice. I can't wait to see how they do the opening section, not to get into any spoilers for anybody that hasn't played the game or any, but it's really, really intense and really, really emotional. Ah, like, anyway, I won't get into it just because it sets an expectation. But I enjoyed what we saw so far. It kind of has that very kind of somber feel to the whole thing, while kind of just giving us these glimpses of these action set pieces here and there, and kind of the struggles we'll be kind of going through with the characters along the way. And the world they kind of live in and these quarantine zones. Anyway, I like what we saw so far. I can't wait to get the full trailer. But guys, what did you think of it? What are your thoughts so far? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Feel free to join us in our Discord. We can talk about it there as well. Links to that in all my social in the description box below. Follow me in each and every one of those. We will be reacting to this when it comes out, so I hope you stick around, and we'll see you then. Before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Mandy Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Corey Scott, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Melita, Robert Anguiano, Raven McCann, Status Alive, and Jeffrey Hale. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. And that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.